Hello everyone and welcome back to iCOV TV. I'm Sam Wilkins.
And I'm Tara Williams, and we have a jam-packed show for you today.
Yes, we do. Coming up on today's show, we have an insight into a local wildlife preservation group here in Coventry, as well as a trip to Fargo Village's Chocolate Festival.
We'll also be joined live by our reporter T-Cat Sunday towards the end of the show as he investigates the changes that universities in the UK want to make to their courses. But before that, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at media_iCOV, as well as subscribing to us on YouTube at iCOV TV.
And with today being National Peanut Butter Day, we want to find out whether you prefer crunchy or smooth.
So be sure to head over to our Twitter and vote in our poll. We'll be coming back to this later on in the show to find out Coventry's favourite spread.
Later on in the show, we'll also be having a quick contest about who can pop the most balloons to celebrate National Puzzle and Game Week.
But first, here's Henry Calvert with your news headlines.
Thanks, guys. A man is fighting for his life this afternoon after being thrown off a van as it was being stolen in Coventry yesterday. The incident happened on Calden Road in Stoke at lunchtime when passers-by saw a man being, quote, flung onto the road after desperate attempts to stop the theft. His condition is described as critical, with police officers still at the scene. According to the Coventry Telegraph, the University of Warwick contributes almost double of what Coventry University does to the city. In a report published today, the newspaper claimed Warwick supplies nearly £250 million to Coventry every year. The news outlet wrote in March that Coventry Uni itself only gives £145 million to the city. Black Friday is coming to town this weekend, with retailers gearing up for a frantic few days ahead of the festive period. The craze is expected to bring over £1.5 billion across the UK, with £150 million estimated to be spent in the West Midlands between Friday and Monday alone. And finally, the UK premiere of Nativity Rocks was held in Coventry last night. Among the stars to walk the red carpet were Strictly Come Dancing as Judge Craig Revel-Horwood, who plays Emmanuel Cavendish in the movie. The film, which features Coventry Cathedral in its swan song, is out in cinemas now. That's your news. Now back to Sam and Tyra in the studio.
Still to come on our show, we have an insight into Fargo Village's Winter Chocolate Festival, as well as getting to see us go head-to-head to see who's better at balloon popping.
Now, as it's getting colder and the seasons are changing, nature can sometimes take a backseat in our priorities. However, that's not the case for Warwickshire Wildlife Trust.
So, we sent our reporter Jamie Wilkinson to find out more about what the Trust aims to achieve and how we ourselves at home can get involved.
If you go down to the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise. Nothing too frightening though. Just the Warwickshire Wildlife Trust out here tending to the woodlands. Nothing scary at all, really, other than the rather suspect mushrooms. Oh, and this guy.
We're here at Wappensbury Woods to find out what the Warwickshire Wildlife Trust are doing to look after these beautiful woodlands. Come with us, we're going to find out.
These beautiful woodlands, so beautiful in fact that I decided to film everything in sight, like your dad on holiday, are in need of restoration. The Dunmore team at the Warwickshire Wildlife Trust are appealing for volunteers to come and help them to tend to the living landscape, an area of woodland and countryside which stretches across Coventry and Leamington. We met up with Anna Jennings, described as your Wildlife Engagement Officer, to see how the volunteers were getting on under the stewardship of the Warwickshire Wildlife Trust.
Hi, so what's your name?
Hi, I'm Yolanda.
And what have you been doing here today?
I'm cutting the tree, the hazel tree for the volunteer.
And how did you get involved in this scheme?
I'm involved by my friend, and I feel very useful because I can learn about how to make a new tree. Yeah, that's all.
And do you think it's worth other people getting involved? Have you enjoyed yourself here?
Yes, I feel people need to do more volunteering, like to just like just make your life be more interesting and more meaningful.
Preach it, sister. Whether you enjoy walking your dog through the woods or you fancy yourself as the next Bear Grylls, these tree-covered areas play such a significant role in our lives. They've given us oxygen for hundreds of years. Now it's time for us to give something back. Here's your Wildlife Engagement Officer Anna Jennings on how you can get involved.
So we have a regular volunteer group at the moment on a Friday, and we're looking at setting up one on a Wednesday as well, if there's enough demand, especially with Coventry students. So if you go onto our website, exploredunsmore.org.uk, that's got all the details. So we're out in a different site every week, whether it's a nature reserve like this or at farms where we're planting hedges. And doing loads of wildflower meadow work in the summer as well. So it's different every week. It's really rewarding that you're doing something for wildlife. You're creating habitats, you're improving the landscape, you're joining it up, you're getting out and meeting new people, and there's always tea and biscuits, which helps.
Well, what a fun and educational day down here in Wappenbury Wood. I've been Jamie Wilkinson reporting for iCOV. Next time I will down here, I'll wear some more suitable footwear. Back to the studio.
As mentioned in that piece, you can go to www.warwickshirewildlifetrust.org.uk to find out more and maybe even get involved yourself.
Don't forget to stay tuned to see us play our part in National Game and Puzzle Week later in the show, as well as taking part in our poll on Twitter, as we'll be revealing the results at the end of the show.
Now, with Christmas right around the corner, people everywhere will be looking forward to indulging in all of the festivities that come with the holiday.
I don't know about you, Tyra, but I absolutely love Christmas. I love all the food, the drink, the presents, everything.
Yeah, chocolate, I mean, Christmas is so amazing. I said chocolate because that's all I think about when it comes to Christmas.
Chocolate's the best part.
Yeah, the quality streets especially.
Oh, they're so great. What's your favourite quality street?
The purple one.
That's a rogue shout, but I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of Christmas, just like here, locals here in Coventry are getting in the festive spirit themselves, with multiple events going on around the city leading us up to Christmas.
One of the events
What better idea than to meet chocolate lovers in one place? Last Saturday, Fargo Village invite everyone to take a part in.
One of the events that's currently going on is the Winter Chocolate Market at Fargo Village. We sent our reporter Lucas Malinauskas to find out more.
What better idea than to meet chocolate lovers in one place? Last Saturday, Fargo Village invite everyone to take a part in this organized Winter Chocolate Festival, talk about what they love and show us support for small businesses.
This is our second event, and the first one was last month, and we got around about 1,300 people. It was really good, loads of good food, loads of families, loads of dogs, and it was just a really, really well attended event. So here we are again. We want to try and create an event in Coventry where people can feel comfortable to come to with their families, their dogs, and also with their mates to have a drink at the end. So you know, it's an event for everyone. It's not just for over 18s. It's for everyone. And to be honest, it's just nice right now, just seeing a bit of a buzz around Fargo and just seeing you know, just all sorts of people sitting and eating and enjoying themselves.
It's going really well. It's been very busy all day. It's quiet this morning, but it's picked up quite a lot since. For small businesses, it gives them a chance to show off what they can do. I'd rather buy from a small business because everything's more special rather than like the big companies that mass produce things. They do it by factories. Like everything here is made from scratch. It's made from scratch all the way from the start.
Today it's going really well, going very, very well. I've sold quite a lot of my stock, so I'm quite happy. So it's very difficult to know how much to make because everything is all handmade, so it's difficult to know how much to make to bring to things, but it's going very well today. I work full-time but do this as well, but this is a new business that I started in July, so at the moment this is a great way for me to get the name and all the products out so that people can see what I'm doing.
Lucas Malinauskas, iCOV TV.
I'm not going to lie, after watching that, I absolutely cannot wait for Christmas. I don't know about you, Tyra, but Christmas in my family is something that we all love. All the food, we get a bit drunk and we play loads and loads of games. Yeah,
same for me. We eat loads of food, drink, and it's always finished off with a game of intense Monopoly.
Oh, Monopoly. We always, to be fair, my family always play Cluedo, maybe a bit of Scrabble, always gets very, very competitive.
Well, you're in luck, as we'll be taking part in our very own iCOV game after the weather with Patrick Stenson.
Thanks, guys. The gradual decline in temperature is set to continue this week, as the cold seems to be a mainstay for the foreseeable future. Monday to Thursday will see highs of just 6 degrees Celsius, a stark contrast to last week where temperatures peaked at 14 degrees. A westerly wind averaging 7 miles per hour will drop the temperature down, but that will not impact you that much. Coventry Christmas lights will be switched on Wednesday, but be sure to wrap up warm as temperatures will drop all the way down to just 3 degrees. With just a 3% chance of precipitation, rain is unlikely. However, it is England, so maybe a raincoat will be required. On Friday, temperatures will reach highs of 7 degrees Celsius. Nevertheless, a slight southwesterly breeze will make it feel 2 degrees colder. On the weekend, there will be cloudy skies with a 21% chance of rain. With very little chance of sun, you may wish to limit your weekend plans to just 2 inside. I think it's safe to say that it's officially Christmas time. Back to you guys in the studio.
Now, seeing as it's National Game and Puzzle Week, we thought we'd get involved ourselves. So we have our Game Master Lizzie here with us now to talk us through our challenge.
Yes, so here at iCOV we're like, gotta do something. So we've decided to do this balloon game. So what you have to do, it's really simple, it's a bit like a hunt, and there's a prize somewhere in the studio, so you've got to go and find it. First, you have to pop all the balloons, and there's 4 clues within the balloons. And the little riddles will tell you where the prize is. But there's one rule and one rule only. You can't pop the balloons with your hands or your feet. So any other body part, but no hands and no feet. So, yeah, shall we get popping? Shall I count you down? So 3, 2, 1, go! Oh my God.
Oh, I got the first one. Oh no.
Keep going, keep going, find the clue,
I found the first one.
Your treat is hidden somewhere hairier. Look a little east, maybe Bulgaria.
Mine says 5, 10, 15, and I'm usually green. The Grinch. We carry on.
There's 2 more, so keep finding them, keep finding them.
Ow. Where's the last one?
Keep going.
Where are the last ones?
Well, there's more balloons to pop, so.
Found another.
Wait, Tyra's got one.
Leap, jump, hop, skip.
Any ideas?
This is very confusing.
Jump, hop,
They
skip.
do like all go together, and there is one more clue. Keep popping the balloons. There's more balloons to pop. Come on.
Fuck the rules.
One over here.
Just simply not in there. Oh yes.
Okay, so
moving on. Tyra, do you want to read out your clues?
your treat is hidden somewhere hairier. Look a little east, maybe Bulgaria. I just don't. East, never east, really.
Well, mine, as you know, it says 5, 10, 15, and I'm usually green.
5, 10, 15.
Don't know.
I don't have.
What's the other one?
Leap, jump, hop, skip.
So put them together. Put them together.
This is ridiculous. This hasn't gone to plan. The producers are going to get an absolute beating after this show. But moving on, Tyra.
Now we finally have the results of what your favourite peanut butter spread is, and it is resulted in a draw. Now, I personally, when it comes to peanut butter, it needs to be crunchy.
Has to be smooth.
No.
What about you, Lizzie?
Neither. Just
That's pathetic. Anyway, as we mentioned earlier in the show, our reporter TCAT Sunday has been out on the streets of Coventry speaking to graduate students to find out their views on the proposed change that universities across the UK want to make to select courses.
University Minister Sam Gyimah has announced today that government are planning to allow universities to charge higher fees for shorter and more intense courses. This would mean the current fee of £9,250 a year would rise to at least £11,000 a year, meaning students would be paying at least less than £5,000 for their overall studies. With 3-year courses being cut down to 2 years, students would attend uni for 45 weeks opposed to the 36 weeks. So today is Coventry graduation. So I'm going out to interview a few of the graduating students and maybe their parents as well to see their views on the matter.
I think personally we should be more focused on the takeout, because at the end of the day it's not the amount of months or years you did that matter.
I think I'd encourage everybody to go and do the maths on that, because I think you find from a student loan perspective it will make very little difference. But I imagine it would have saved some money from a living expenses perspective, so only having to fund 2 years, that might have been a good saving.
I also think that 3 years away, you grow quite a lot in 3 years. I'm not sure that you can develop necessarily as a person over a 2-year period. I think you need the 3 years. First year to find your feet, second year to work out what it's all about, and third year to panic about your career.
This has been Tadeo Katsanda reporting from Coventry Cathedral on behalf of iCOV News.
So,
adios. Au revoir. He said to come back early. I thought we had more time.